Doing well now. Doing well now. It's great to be back in Grand Forks, and it's great to be here. Yep.
You've had a couple days now to kind of let all of this sink in. I mean, can you equate this season and what this year's been like into words?
Well, first of all, the season went by pretty quick. When you kind of really step back and take a breath and think about the season, it went pretty quick, and that was a good thing. The guys did a great job on getting to check the last box, and now it's a time to enjoy it. But when you say enjoy it, we got to move forward and try to find a way to get here next year again.
Can you reflect on the accomplishment now that you've had a couple days of being the first head coach to win in his first year?
Well, you know what? I really don't like to do that. I swear to God, it's not about me, and it's about the team and the staff and everybody putting it together and doing it. And people have always asked me that, or it's a great accolade. Don't get me wrong, but we don't get caught up, or I don't get caught up in that side of it. It's what we accomplished as a team here, and I firmly believe that. And it's that team first mentality that we had all year.
What's next here in the next couple months?
Well, a couple of things. Obviously our guys are back here, getting back into school and finishing off strong academically, and then us as far as with the group moving forward here. Obviously our seniors leaving, and I want to make sure that they know that how much that we respect what they did for our program, but getting our group dialed in and what we have to do next year and to have success. So we'll put the plan in place as far as what we want.
What are some of the conversations that you might have with the guys that could go pro, could come back? I mean, how are you trying to sell them on, hey, come back here and maybe we can do something special versus going pro?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the first thing is it's not so much selling them about coming back here. I think when Brock Besser makes a statement like a day after he gets back here and emphatically and strongly says, "Hey, I want a chance to do this again next year," that says a lot. After the season that he had, and again, we're excited about that. What we tell our players is you're going to have options going forward. Make sure you make informed decisions, and when you do that, Take a deep breath, look at everything from the inside and out, and again, at the end of the day, make that decision with your head and your heart on why you should stay or why you should go. And again, when the players that came here, that got recruited to play here, they picked North Dakota for a reason, because it was in their head and their heart. It's going to be the same process going forward here as far as whether you should stay or you should go.
Will you meet with everybody kind of on an individual basis?
Yeah, I've met with a lot of the guys so far. I want the guys to have a little bit of time on their hands right now by themselves. But I've picked away at a few different guys since we got back, and we're going to have formal one-on-one meetings here coming up shortly to review the season, what they've had, how they have done, and what they need to work on, and what we need to do next year to have success. So those one-on-one meetings will come here shortly.
I heard you mention Dave Haxtell's name before the coaching attack. And what did he mean to this year's team?
Well, he meant a ton. Like he made a huge impact on our group here. He has a real good relationship with a lot of these players here because he was part of the recruiting process with them, and obviously shaping our culture. I brought up Gino Gasparini, Dean Blaze. I brought up Dave Haxtell. They all were important parts of the foundation of the blocks that were laid in place here. And again, we use the word culture strong. You might get sick of me saying culture, but again, we have a strong culture. We're proud of it, and it's a lot of organizations that love to have our culture. And again, we make sure that we know that and we keep strong in that area.
Just for, I mean, the city of Grand Forks and what everything's been. I mean, you got off the plane on Sunday and you were immediately greeted with fans, and there were 6,000 plus people here. Being able to share this moment and this accomplishment with Grand Forks, what does that mean?
It's near and dear to my heart. I think everybody on the coaching staff and the people around UND hockey, they have a special story or a reason why it is special for them. Well, for me personally, I met my wife here. She went to UND. I went to UND. I met her here. We raised our family here. I was fortunate enough to play here. I was fortunate enough to coach here. There's a lot of things that go on in my personal life why it's so special. And again, like I said, we have the best fans in college hockey here in Grand Forks, and again, that's another special thing. So again, like I said, there's a lot of reasons why it's so special.
What Gino say to the team on Friday?
Gino, yeah, he gave, and again, being fortunate enough to play under him, I've heard a lot of inspirational talks, and he gave a great talk to our guys, very inspirational talk about, I won't get into a lot of it, but, the basis of it was opportunity. He talked about, this is an opportunity that you don't want to let pass by, and how special it was, and to grasp it. And, he was passionate. He was very passionate, just like the way he did when he was coaching, and it resonated with our guys. I know Troy Stetcher and a bunch of guys said they'll never forget that the rest of their lives, and I truly believe that. And, again, like I said, he is, there's a reason why he's won 3 championships.
Did winning a title take the weight off the shoulders of this program?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's lifted the weight off the shoulders of the program. I know there's always, the stigma of not finishing it or winning a championship in 16 years. Like, a lot of good things have happened here. We've won a lot of games. We've won a lot of titles, hung a lot of different banners. And I know everybody gets measured by a national championship, and I think that's okay. But at the end of the day, I think it's how you perform on a daily basis to get to where you're at. And yeah, it's nice to win that 8th title, and again, we're happy about it, but it's about doing the little things. And we've done a lot of good things here in the past years, and we want to keep doing that.
Who's been maybe the most memorable person to kind of reach out to you after you guys have won?
Well, obviously, Coach Hackstall. Like, when I first got back to the hotel from the rink, and a lot of stuff was going on. There's a lot of, media and, players and different things was going on. I got back to the hotel, got into the room, went into the back room there and called him up. And I think that 20-minute conversation of just talking to him was a big deal. And I thought that was very, very impactful. And again, I'm glad I did that.
Is there anybody else though that reached out to you?
My mom and dad. They're getting up there in age where, they didn't make the trip from Alberta or whatever, but they were watching on TV, and, they were very impactful on shaping me as who I was as a person. And, that was a great conversation.
I'm proud of you of Troy Stetcher to think, he looks like he's maybe going to get a chance as a professional, and I'm so proud of him, considering he was such a big building block to your team this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously he's got to go through a process here of what he wants to do, but he's laid his heart on the line for 3 years here. And again, not only his play, but his leadership. He was a big part of our foundation of success here. And again, I can't thank him enough. And again, like he's, if he stays, he'll be part of our family. If he leaves, he'll still be a big part of our family here. So again, like he did a great job for us.
You're almost done your first full year as a head coach. Going through this process, I know there's a lot of differences versus being, one of the assistants versus being the head coach. What are some of the biggest differences you've had to deal with, this year being the head of?
Well, dealing with you guys. No, I'm just no. It's been good. Obviously, a lot of different things come at you as a coach. I think basically, just being prepared and making sure that your team is prepared on a daily basis. When you're an assistant coach, you have your own little world that you deal with, and there's a lot of things that go on in that with recruiting and coaching your team and stuff. But as a head coach, you kind of have to look over the whole thing here, and my biggest thing was making sure that our players are prepared and getting the information, and part of that was communication. Like always, every day when our guys came to the rink every day, there would be a TV screen with an itinerary of times of what's going on in the day. And I firmly believe communicating with players verbally or just interacting on a daily basis with players is a big deal as far as just letting them know where they stand. And it might not be just the hockey side of it. It might be, hey, how you doing? How's your family doing? What's going on in your life? Do you need any help? Kind of thing, the care side of it. And I think that, as a head coach, took a lot of interest in doing that.
What did Matt bring him into his program? It seems like he bought it right away and was a good addition.
Matt's been a great addition. And again, I think both of our assistant coaches here, Dane Jackson has been here a number of years. He does an unbelievable job, has passion. But there was a vacancy. You needed an assistant coach, and there are a lot of great applicants for the position. But I needed to have somebody in here that could add to the program. And again, when a friend of mine said a long time ago, he goes, make sure if you're ever a head coach, make sure that you try to get somebody in here that's a great person and somebody that can add to the program right away, and that's what Matt did. He brought professionalism, he brought experience, and again, he was a big part of our success here too.